Hey everyone, Andre here, and we're making a very special trip today. As you can see, we're visiting
Super Mario Sunshine! Woohoo!
So we're actually joined by its creator, being Jake. How are you doing, Jake?
Good, Andre. How are you?
I'm doing pretty great.
Welcome
thanks.
to the island.
Thank you. I'm excited to take a tour of this place because even though I'm not the biggest Mario Sunshine fan, I always did appreciate Isle Delfino itself. Although this is, of course, Delfino, a key distinction. So I guess real quick before we get started, tell us about the island name itself. Obviously based on Delfino, but you tweaked it a little bit.
Yeah, so it's Delfino, like a dolphin, because it's Animal Crossing. And, I mean, why wouldn't you put an animal-themed name on your island?
That makes a lot of sense. By the way, I love that you're apparently dressed as Yoshi, so I will applaud that.
All right, well, we are now at the island. This is the main plaza area from Super Mario Sunshine.
Right. You even have the sewer entrance here, the manhole cover.
So this is the main focus of this little area. Do you happen to know what this is, or what this is in reference to?
I'm pretty sure that's a statue of a Pianta that marks the entrance point into the first level of the game.
You got it, Bianca Hills.
I love it.
So this is the big Pianta statue, and this thing took me ages and ages and ages to get. But I think it was well worth the effort, because my alternative was the little statues that Crazy Red sells, but they're so teeny and pathetic. I wanted something big to kind of overshadow everything.
Yeah, you need something to catch the eye. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So another thing you'll notice is these custom tiles.
Mm-hmm.
These are actually based on the real game, and they're built in a 1-to-1 scale for the actual Delfino Plaza.
That's crazy. So wait, so you built the island to scale to the actual version?
Yep, and I did it all using this as a measuring stick.
Wow.
Because this tile motif is repeated throughout the island, and it allows you basically to measure across all dimensions.
That's amazing.
And fortunately, again, like I said, the creators must have had an inkling someone would make a Delfino Plaza, because the plaza itself fits perfectly within the boundaries of your starting island.
Really? Well, that is perfect.
Almost pixel perfect. Like, it was only off maybe a few pixels in the back, but you can hardly tell.
Well, that's lucky for you.
Oh, another thing. We should make a pit stop right here. The little notification board.
Oh, yeah?
We had a little bit of a delinquent on the island. Maybe you can help solve the issue.
I see the graffiti right here. That Bowser Jr. has been up to no good.
There's also a emergency broadcast notification over there.
I see it. The Debs alert, so I'll read it right here. Princess Peach of the Mushroom Kingdom has apparently been kidnapped. Uh-oh. The suspended kidnapper was last seen escaping through the Eastern Fruit Market, and I guess that's when they didn't left their mark here with that.
Yeah, we gotta find him. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
To the Eastern Fruit Market. But before we do, it's not that much of an urgency. I mean, she gets kidnapped all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my own version of the Sunshine Sprite. It's not as good as the one on your shirt, but I'm pretty proud of it.
I had to dress up for the occasion.
Yeah, a little jealous. Another thing, this building, this thing was a huge headache to make. It took me ages kind of experimenting around with all the different items, and I kind of settled on this as the best representation of a fake building. Because, of course, there's so few buildings in the game right now. There's like a tailor shop, there's the Nook store, the museum, and then all the houses of the residents. But Delfino Plaza is so big, it leaves a lot of empty space, and so you need to fill it with something. So this is what I came up with for the main area.
Yeah, I love it. You did a great job actually capturing like the scale and feeling of the buildings there. So
thanks. Yeah, it took a lot of work.
And I guess real quick before we get too far, does the town hall kind of represent the central part of that building then? 'Cause I think there was a big building in the middle too, as I recall in the game.
You're absolutely correct. That's the main building. And anyone who's played Super Mario Sunshine may know that there's a pipe on top. It's blocked by a pineapple, but it allows you to go to another area, Serena Beach. So if we come up this way, on this little ramp,
okay.
Make a quick pass past the main canal. Here's a little basket. In the game, you can get a blue coin here.
Oh,
if you throw
nice.
a piece of fruit in there.
I love it.
So yeah, here's the pipe I was talking about. And in the game, it has this kind of goopy goop in the middle. Mm-hmm. And that's what this water's supposed to represent. This teeny little lake I made.
That's so great. I've never seen a design quite like this in any of the islands I've visited. So that's awesome, because it does evoke... I remember exactly what you mean by that pipe, so that's great.
Yeah, it was a big brain moment figuring out that I can basically build that third tier of cliffs around that, because usually you can't stand on a third tier. And that was a big challenge I faced kind of terraforming my whole island. You're limited in terms of the height of things.
Right, absolutely. I'm impressed how much work this must have taken, dear God.
Oh my gosh, it took hours. When did the game come out?
March 20th.
Yeah, okay, it took as much time between now and then.
Dear God.
So here's the fruit market.
Along with another sewer entrance.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere. This fruit market is probably the least developed area, just because it takes so much time to craft these stalls.
Right.
If you're not doing any time skipping or duplications. So it takes a lot of wood. I'm slowly building up the area, and I hope eventually to have some along these ledges too, to kind of simulate an actual roof rather than this kind of awkward pyramid blocky shape.
I do like too, you have a bunch of fruit trees here, which are evocative of the fruit market and all the fruit in Mario Sunshine, of course.
Yeah, and since I'm Yoshi, I'm gonna go take some of these fruit right now.
Nice. Don't start spitting spit juice or spitting fruit juice at me.
Alright, if we could go this way, you may remember there's a lighthouse in the game.
I do. There
Of
it
course,
is.
There's the lighthouse.
Oh, that's perfect. And that is exactly where you would find it in the actual game, right?
Yeah, and this rock outcropping just happened to be here.
That's too perfect.
And it matched up perfectly. So
Yeah.
really happy with it. Here's another area. This is actually where Mario first starts when you're allowed to control him in the game.
Is this like the courthouse? Like where Mario's in jail?
Yeah, I actually don't know what that is. But in the game, it's originally gated off. And you have to get a power-up for the flood that lets you burst through that and access a secret level.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that attention to detail here.
Yeah, so poor Blathers, he's trapped in there.
And that actually is like the courthouse in the game. This building even looks like a courthouse, so that's too perfect.
Yeah, maybe it is the courthouse in the game. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
That's a good question for the Mario.
It would make sense though. That's where
Sunshine
Mario
community.
gets freed, right? From when he's in jail.
Yeah,
so,
no, you're right. Actually, that does make sense. And then he goes straight to the jail.
Yeah. Alright, took me a little off on my ladder. Here we go. If only I could jump up like Mario.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so this is another big element of my island. It's this huge shine sprite.
My God.
Because you're so limited with the design app in the Animal Crossing, I think it only allows you a 32 by 32 pixel limit. I actually had to stretch that out to 6 by 6 tiles. So
Wow.
6 multiplied by 32 is how long this thing is across.
That's amazing. How long did that take you by itself?
I honestly don't know. I'd be ashamed to tell you.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Because it took a long time.
And you even have the fountain here too from the game, right?
Yeah, and okay, so believe it or not, in a game centered around a tropical island with an animal theme, there is not a dolphin item or furniture piece in this game.
I can't believe that.
I know. They have to update
Because
it
there
and
was
have a
actually
dolphin.
a dolphin fountain in the game, right? Is that right?
Yeah, there was. And actually, this is another warp zone. This takes you to Noki Bay, and in the game, it's a different shine sprite design, but it's surrounded by kind of these swirling columns of light.
I see.
So my plan is, once I get different colored spotlights, I'm going to put them around the shine sprite in a circle
Oh,
and kind
that'll
of
look
mimic
cool.
that. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So if we head up this way,
God, I can't believe you laid these tiles everywhere. That's amazing.
the problem is it doesn't leave a lot of room for spawning of like fossils and whatnot,
Oh, good point.
and not a lot of trees. I had to kind of put all the trees out to the outskirts where there would usually be water in the main
I see.
game. So anyone who's played the game, if you tried to get all the blue coins, which is a huge pain in the butt, this is actually how you get one of them. There's a little basket suspended from a pole, and that's what this basketball hoop's supposed to represent.
I see.
And what's this back here?
Oh, could this be Bowser
some-
and Bowser Jr.?
Yeah, we got some characters back here. So yeah, we have Bowser on the left, Bowser Jr. with his paintbrush on the right.
I love it. And it's like they're actually like in their bathtub as the final battle took place.
Yeah. Other funny coincidences. This is where Corona Mountain is, which is where they live
Right.
in the main game. Also, this is where Crazy Red spawns in the game, and he's about as close to a villain in this game as you can get, besides Tom
Good
Nook,
point.
but he's kind of a misunderstood villain.
And everything's working almost too well on this island.
So this was probably the most fudged area of my design. Because in the main game, this, of course, is the huge shine gate.
Right.
It's kind of the centerpiece of the whole plaza. But because you're so limited in terms of height, I just had to go with, like, a fraction of its actual size.
You could put maybe one of those small, little, sad-looking archways.
Yeah.
Right here.
It'd look very sad next to this huge waterfall.
I think so, just a little bit.
So here's just another little mini plaza. Another thing that surprised me about this game, they placed so much emphasis on outdoor items, and in a beach setting you would expect to see those stand-up umbrellas, kind of on beachfront properties, right?
Right.
And in the main game, there are these 3 standing umbrellas in this plaza.
Mm-hmm.
But in the game, there's no furniture item for it.
Oh, yeah,
So-
that's something you would think you would have, again, with a beach setting especially, you know, an island.
My theory is that this summer they're going to update the game with a lot of beach items, and I
That
think
could
an
be.
umbrella might be coming.
That would make sense. And then you have a soccer goal over here. What's this represent?
Yeah, so similar to the basketball hoop, this is another kind of mini game you can play in the game to get a blue coin. So
Okay.
you have to kick a piece of fruit into a basket. So that's
Very
what
nice.
that's supposed to be. Again, on the the same note of updates, I know there's a rumor that gyroids might be coming, or gyroids, however you pronounce it. They're going to be put all around my island, and they're going to represent all the different Pianta characters.
Oh, that'd be cool.
They're standing
Yeah,
around.
they look kind of similar, so...
Here's the Able Sisters. I need a place where I can shop. And actually, that design you saw, that Shine Sprite, I have it in here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So anyone who visits the island can come get a copy of that. So if you loop around this way, we're going to another spawn area.
Okay.
And if you're familiar with the plaza, you may know what we're going up to.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so here it is.
Oh, this is how you get to the theme park.
Yep.
I love it.
So take it how you will. This could either be the spinning cannon that shoots you over there, or it could represent the theme park itself.
That's yeah, that works on multiple levels. I love that.
Yeah.
And what's really cool too is you can actually see an island off in the distance as if that's where it would shoot you.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
See, I'm telling you, things are just working too well here.
Someone's secretly a Sunshine fan over there.
I like all the palm trees, by the way, too. It really does. I mean, that really helps tie everything together.
Yeah, I didn't even realize you could put palm trees on the actual island. I thought they
Yeah.
were kind of limited to the beach. But once you unlock terraforming, you can actually place sand down, and you can kind of transplant palm trees onto the sand.
Wow, that works out really well.
Yeah, neat little trick.
It definitely lends a little bit more of an exotic feel to your island because we're so used to them being only on the beach in the most part. So
Here's just a random area. Again, a sewer pipe's over there. I don't really know what purpose it serves in the main game either. It's just kind of there.
oh, sorry, what is?
This little kind of split off island over here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what purpose it serves, but it's there. So it's in my island.
Might as well. You gotta.
So again, the custom designed pier over here, and then same with the roof tiles.
Wow. Yeah, it's like we're looking at a building right here again, right?
Yeah, and this was another kind of struggle I had. In the game, there's a big archway that spans over the canal. You can't build tunnels in the game yet, so
Right.
for now it's just this hunk of rock.
I think you did an admirable job in spite of that.
Thanks. So, one of the most infamous characters in Sunshine are those 2 greedy raccoons that live in the hut.
Right.
And they're the ones that make you run all over the island collecting those blue coins.
Those jerks.
So they live here. Yeah, oh my god. They're cousins of Tom Nook. And this is also where you spawn to Rico Harbor.
All right. You even have a bridge leading to it, I see, like in the actual game, as I recall.
Yeah. And I'm considering making this an actual bridge so I can have a full river. But the bridge isn't white. So,
Oh, right.
I don't know what I'm going to do about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then here with these silos, you've kind of seen them throughout the island. There are a few towers scattered around the plaza, and so that's what
Right,
these are
tall
supposed to
ones,
represent. Yeah. And this one specifically is surrounded by this kind of woven basket type of design.
Oh,
So
that's
what these
really
fences
cool.
are supposed to be.
So do you have, how many of those are there on your island? 2 of them, or?
I think there's like 7 or 8.
7? Oh, wow, alright.
Yeah, there's, over here there's a, what do you call it? Pagoda. So that's another thing that's kind of representing one of those towers.
Nice. It's a good idea.
From what I can remember from the plaza, there's only one bungee cord you can jump on.
Okay.
And so that's what these power lines are supposed to represent.
Oh,
there's
that's
no
brilliant.
actual thing to jump on, but the poles are there.
That is really cool, yeah.
And then we're back to the beginning. So I think that's everything.
I am impressed. This definitely evokes Isle Delfino, and since we're at night, it actually reminds me more of the beginning of the game when the entire island is in darkness. You know?
Oh, you're totally right. I don't know. Whenever I boot up this game now, it makes me want to play Sunshine.
Hats off to you, because I can only imagine how much time it took to terraform this entire thing. That I started dabbling in it, which is just a little bit on my own island, is taking forever. So the fact you transformed your entire landscape for this project is remarkable.
Yeah, well, because everyone's quarantined, we have so much more time now staying at home.
Right.
So I had plenty of time to kind of tinker around with all of this. Way too much time.
So before we wrap it up, is there anything else you'd like to tell our audience about your island?
I guess I'd like to mention a few tips and tricks for anyone who wants to design their own islands.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Of course, once you unlock terraforming, it kind of opens up the rest of the game. It really lets you make your island your own.
Right.
And 2 resources I wanted to give a shout out to. One was Perdian from Tumblr. He actually made some own assets from Super Mario Sunshine and posted them up on Twitter. This was back for the 3DS. And so I kind of used those assets as a model for a lot of these designs you see. The designs that he didn't have available, I had to make from scratch on my own.
Okay.
And the way I did that is there's a website called pixel-stitch.net, and it allows you to import any photo online and convert it into a pixelized image. And you can set it to the exact dimensions of 32 by 32 that Animal Crossing limits you to.
Oh, that's fortunate.
So it lets you flip back from a normal image into an Animal Crossing-ized version of it.
That is super neat.
So that was a really super helpful resource I used a lot. And then the island itself, I don't have a GameCube. I don't know where you find those things anymore. They're so rare.
They are.
So hopefully that remaster is coming that they've been talking about.
That'd be nice.
But the way I kind of modeled my island after Delfino Plaza is there was a no-clip version of it online, and it's a full 3D model. You can kind of pan the camera around in any direction. You can zoom in on things really close, and so it allowed me to get some of the finer details right.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, and it's not only Delfino Plaza, it's a whole bunch of different video game worlds. So if you're looking to recreate your favorite video game, jump on that site and try to find a copy. They have Luigi's Mansion and everything.
I was looking at this before this video to remind myself of Delfino Plaza, and yeah, that's how I know your island is super spot on. So
yeah, fond memories.
And again, I do love the attention to detail here with the building recreation, like layering those different objects against the fence type. Like, that's ingenious. So
Oh, thanks.
yeah,
Yeah, it was difficult because, like I said, there's so few buildings. I need a placeholder until more buildings come on the way. Which I'm
That's
sure they're
right.
coming. Like, poor Kix over here. He needs a building.
yeah, I know.
He's
right?
out here in the cold.
Although I do love by having Kix or any of the visitors here, it does lend to the marketplace feel of Delfino Plaza. So
Yeah.
is there anywhere people can follow you at if they want to keep up to date on your island? If you make any further developments with it or anything, or
Yeah, sure. I have a Twitter that I've been posting some messages to. Just
Okay,
kind of
great.
quick update pictures. And my island's going to continue to evolve as they release more items, more furniture, more ways to kind of play around with the terrain. And so my Twitter is veterinarian by1.
perfect, and there will be a link to that in the description below. And I believe you mentioned to me one other thing earlier. Aren't you considering putting like little radios around the island with themed music for each level?
Yeah. So, of course, KK Slider, he's a pretty good musician, and so he does every genre under the sun.
Right.
And each one of the areas in Mario Sunshine has its own kind of musical style. And so Peanut Park, for example, has like this kind of light, airy ragtime feel to it. And so,
Right.
of course, I was going to use KK Ragtime for that. And so I was going to hide a little radio where you couldn't see it. But when you approach the teacups, you'll be able to hear that musical theme playing.
Oh, that seems like a really cool idea.
Yeah, and similar styles for different places. So like KK Mamba, KK Salsa is another one. KK Aloha, I think, is going to be Serena Beach.
Oh,
it's going to fit perfectly.
That sounds perfect. All right, well, you might have to invite me back once you have all that set up, because that sounds really cool.
Hey, you're always welcome back.
Well, I appreciate that. All right, Jake. Well, thank you so much for inviting us to your island for a tour. I am a huge fan of what you pulled off here, and I can only imagine the amount of time and effort that went into this, so I can't even fully process it.
You're very welcome, Andre. And actually, I got a surprise for you before you leave.
Why do I feel like I should be concerned?
This is for you.
An outdoorsy watering can.
All right, now your job is to clean up all that goop that Bowser Jr. left behind.
God, how dare you. I knew there was a catch to it.
Get to
All
work.
right, I'll start here. I'm stuck here forever now. It's like I'm in jail like Mario. All right. Well, thank you again, Jake, for bringing us to your island and giving us a tour. It's super cool. And yeah, for all of you at home, if you'd like to see more island tours, let us know in the comments below and let us know what you thought of this island. And of course, make sure to click the subscribe button and ring that bell for tons more on Animal Crossing New Horizons. Plus, maybe more on Mario Sunshine in the future, too, if we ever get out a remake that was rumored. All right, everyone. We'll catch you later. Bye.